the world is running out of fresh, clean, and drinkable water. In fact, only 6 countries in the world can guarantee water for their residents by 2040. Some policymakers are already making plans to avoid in their constitutional processes to guarantee water as a source of life. We are running out of clean, fresh, and drinkable water. Yes, the earth is covered by 2/3 of water, but most of this water is highly salty and is undrinkable and unusable in its current form. In fact, most of the fresh water that we have is locked away in icebergs up in the North Pole and in the South Pole and is frozen in. The other amount of water is in streams and rivers up north, coming from the high mountainous regions, and as the snow melts, the water is provided into the rivers. But as the world is warming and warming, less and less of the water is frozen up in winter and less of the water is available in summer. In fact, water is continuously being intruded by salty water. A lot of salty water is intruding into fresh water wells, especially in many regions around the world near oceans and seas. The water is becoming saltier. The groundwater is also shrinking. For example, in Arizona, the groundwater has moved from around above 120 feet to more than 500 feet in Arizona in the USA. In fact, more and more people are unable to dig wells because they are becoming extremely expensive as we go. And this is making water access to the ordinary person more and more difficult. More and more people are getting into long-term debt to be able to provide water for their farms, to be able to dig up water for their farms. And this is leaving the available water only available to large corporations that are well funded and are run by powerful individuals. In fact, powerful individuals are continuously buying land where water resources are assured. More and more water is getting out of public hands and into private hands, and water is the new oil. Already we are seeing cities like Mexico City and Cape Town looking at day zero, a day when no water will be running in the taps, not even rationed water. And before we get to that point, many cities around the world are already rationing water. Many cities around the world are supplying water, very low amounts of water haphazardly. And this is not limited to third world countries or countries that are not in the West. Even the West itself is struggling with water provision. The other thing is pollution. Pollution is continuously coming into our rivers. In fact, more than 90% of flowing rivers around the world have been polluted in one way or form, from garbage that is thrown into this water, to raw sewage, to industrial wastes, and to chemicals that run off from fields and farms. Water is continuously being saturated by wastes and chemicals that make it undrinkable and unusable. So what will happen? With an increasing world where the population is going up and up from 7 million to projections of 10 million, and with water resources that are dwindling, going lower and lower, we will get to a point where water will be privatized. Water will become a money commodity. It will be traded, and the people who have access to water will be rich. Water will no longer be a public good, but a private tradable commodity, because the demand will be going up and the supply of good, clean, drinkable water will go down. Then markets will come up, private companies will benefit, and it will become more valuable than oil, because indeed you cannot be able to live for more than 2 days without water. A human being cannot live for more than 2 days without water. Plants cannot be able to grow without water. Certain processes that we do in our daily needs cannot be able to go on without water. So what can you do? You need to think about long-term strategies to be able to conserve water. Land has to be made to be able to keep water on the land, so that this water does not run off in runoff when floods come. We need to have watershed management systems that keep this water on the land. We need to have clear national policies that ensure that water resources are used effectively and not falling into the hands of private corporations. Everywhere water has been in the hands of private corporations, it has become expensive, inaccessible, and a lot of people struggle with these water resources. Again, we need to think about our policies as regards to livestock keeping, avocado farming, and other forms of farming that are water extensive, that use a lot of extensive water uses. For you to be able to grow a kilogram of meat, you would need gallons upon gallons of water. But you to be able to grow an equivalent amount of vegetable protein, you would only use 500 times less amount of water. So indeed, we need to safeguard ourselves from consuming more water as we produce more food that is more water intensive, reducing the amount of water that is available to us. Again, we need to reduce the pollution so that water that is available is actually drinkable and is not spoiled. Ask yourself, your local river, would you drink water directly from your local river? Would you drink water directly from your local tap? If the answer is no, then you need to find out about how you can be able to work, how you can be able to push policies to ensure water is available to you. Because when water becomes scarce, when water moves to private hands, then the world population will suffer. And whoever controls the water will not only control power, will generate money, and will ensure that other people do not have access to this water. Already we are having wars. Countries are fighting amongst each other for control of water. Counties within countries are fighting for water. Why? Because water is an existence issue. Some places would not be able to exist without water. Again, we need to check and confirm that we are prepared for less water and we are safeguarding ourselves against the market effects of scarcity of water. Thank you. My name is George Kingori. Remember to subscribe to the channel, to leave a comment, and to like this video. Thank you and enjoy your day.